Durag Diaries. Arsenal absolutely pam Nottingham Forest at home for Ange's first loss in his first game as Nottingham Forest manager. Forest fans, welcome to High Line for Life, mate. Because you're going to see a lot more of this throughout the season. Get used to watching these types of games. Many people thought they were getting an attacking manager. They were getting a manager who knows how to break down teams, who plays free-flowing attacking football so much better than Nuno. One shot on target in the whole game would tell you otherwise. That one shot on target wasn't even a shot. It was a deflection off of the chest by Chris Wood that just got poked over onto the bar by David Raya. Great save, by the way. But Arsenal was all over them. Arsenal absolutely battered them. When you watch that game, as I predicted, I said it on Never a Foul beforehand, I expected Madueke to have an absolute blinder. I thought Madueke was going to cook the left back. I think they started off with... Who was the left back that started off for them? It was Morato. No, I was going to say Morato. He was finished in that first half. Taking him up and down that wing. Madueke was just beating him. And then they switched it. They pushed him inside, brought on Savona. And there wasn't really much of a difference. No matter what substitution they made, didn't make a difference. I'm so damn glad that Spurs did not invest, or I should say that Morgan Gibbs-White rejected Spurs, because that's what it was. Morgan Gibbs-White rejected us, and I'm so glad, because every time he gets on the ball, he loses it. He tries to do something fancy, he tries to play it forward, but he consistently loses the ball. And this is why I didn't want him personally. He's a bang average player. He'll get on the ball, turn, look to play forward, but the actual quality of the pass or the quality of the touch is woeful. Up until this game week, he had the most balls, most times possession lost off the back of a first touch in the Premier League in the first 4 games. Or first 3 games, I should say. If you include this one, now he's definitely up there. Because I saw him lose the ball plenty of times today. But away from that, I don't think Ange, as you can see, has implemented the full system of play in that high line. For that second goal, as soon as they come out from the second half, you'd think, let's go a little bit more conservative. Arsenal have got the ball. They're starting off the kickoff. Let's drop this line a bit just in case they do a ball over the top. Use your mind. What does Ange do? No. We're going to press them on the front foot as soon as the whistle goes. And they bombed forward, leaving the 4 players at the back. And Nico Williams, bless him, don't really know what he was doing. All the other defenders stepped forward for an offside trap. But as we saw with Spurs all last season, if you aren't all in line with each other and you're all in the right mindset, when you're stepping up, that structure needs to be. The defensive structure wasn't there. He pulled back on the line, straight ball over to the top. Eze found himself through. Eze, we're not going to talk about him in it, but he played it through. A man like Gyökeres, Lukaku, finished to get his 3rd goal of the season. Nice, easy tapping, but what you would call a striker's goal. Good positioning from him to peel away from the defenders. And ultimately, you got to take advantage of those situations. Nottingham Forest stepped up and Arsenal direct ball over the top. And I expect to see a lot of that. A lot of balls into the channels, a lot of long direct passes to break down Nottingham Forest this season. But Zubimendi, man, he was on fire today. Zubimendi was on fire. That goal, I know a lot of people point to the deflection of Murillo's head, but I think even without the deflection, it might have had a little bit too much power for Sells to deal with. It was an absolute peach of a strike. Caught the ball so perfectly, and you could sort of see it coming because there was a lot of times when they're getting the corner, they had 3 or 4 corners back-to-back within a 5-minute window. And Madueke with some decent deliveries, to be fair. I think he had a really good game today. If Zubimendi didn't get a brace, he probably would have been man of the match for his performance. But they just kept batting it away, and there was always that one man on the edge of the box waiting to shoot. And they had a few of them. They had a few chances where they're shooting, and it's getting deflected, it's getting blocked. And eventually, Zubimendi just hit it sweetly. It had a little bit of the swerve on it, the power. Keeper couldn't do nothing about it. And he got up for a header at the end of the game as well. Just when you think the game's done, Arsenal just keep peppering them, keep attacking, sort of just showing that resilience to go out there and get more goals. Because ultimately, this is a title race season for them. Every game, they should be looking to score maximum amount of goals, because it could be a matter of goal difference that separates you from second or first. Now, we haven't seen that for a long time, but it could be goal difference between them and Liverpool. So, got to make sure they keep pressing for it. But more than anything, if I was a Nottingham Forest fan, I would be extremely disappointed, man. Like, this was not a promising performance. I don't think there's any positives that you can take. Now you have Murillo out injured, who for some people said that it's an ankle injury. Some people saying it's a thigh. Some people are saying it's a hamstring. You know, it's a hamstring, which wouldn't be a surprise. But Murillo is now out. Murillo was one of the best centre-backs in the league last season. To miss him, as well as Ola Aina, because he's now been confirmed with a hamstring injury. And I don't know whether this happened in training with Ange. I don't know. But now this is typical Ange. Now we're going to see how good this Nottingham Forest defence is without two of your main players. Because they're now in a similar situation to what we was last season. When we had no Romero, no Van de Ven, they've got no Murillo and no Ola Aina. Literally two of the best defenders in their positions last season. So it's a huge loss for Nottingham Forest. They're going to have to try and deal with what they got, fill in some of the holes with some of the players they got. But I'll be honest, one thing that I've been very consistent with is, although they've got depth, the quality of their depth is not that good. That Savona guy didn't really look that great when coming on. Kali Mwendo, it was like, all right. The James McAtee was pretty good. I think for me, he's the player who I'd look to play instead of Morgan Gibbs-White in some of these games, especially in Europe. I just don't rate Morgan Gibbs-White. I think McAtee could have more about his game. But Arsenal, impressive performance for them. I think this is just a job well done, you would say. Expected at home to clear out a team like Nottingham Forest. Mascara looked really good. I'm not going to lie. Off the back of that last performance coming in against Liverpool, started this game, and he looked class, just slotted in there. Didn't really look any difference. That Arsenal defense probably needed a team to challenge them a little bit more. But even when it was up against Liverpool, he still didn't look any different. So he stepped into that role and has been very comfortable at the back for them. The only one that I'd say struggled, and again, I think I'm probably being harsh here if I'm saying he struggled, was Calafiori, because Ndoye got the better of him a few times, but it was a good battle out on that side. So I don't really think struggle is the right word. I think it was just a competitive game, and sometimes your winger's going to get the better of you. But Arsenal was solid at the back. And in that midfield, I think the one worry they do have now is Odegaard looks to be that he's re-injured that shoulder of his with a nasty fall early in the game. So he could be a player out, but as we saw, when Eri come on, he's dangerous. You got Eze now who could potentially come into that middle, and you could play Martinelli on the left. So they've got the options in depth to now cover the injuries. So yeah, man, look, very professional performance from Arsenal. Well worked goals and 3-0 win. Well, I did say that I wasn't too sure whether I wanted Arsenal to win and see Ange lose, but after watching it play out, I'm definitely happy Ange lost his first game. I'm just saying, I'm here for the Wolfie tears, I'm here for the Ange tears, and I'm here for the Forest fans to learn. Because I saw them. I saw them on your chat, Wolfie. I saw them in the comments trying to hate, call us salty. Oh, he's your most successful manager. All of this shit. All right. We're going to see. And you're going to learn. But look, people, that's just my brief take, on the game. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not a Forest fan, but I'm a football fan. So just a non-biased point of view, or sort of non-biased point of view, you know what I mean? Because I hate Arsenal. I don't like Forest. I don't like Ange. You know what I mean? So I don't really care who won, but you know what I mean? But look, people, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We just had our 1-year anniversary yesterday. What 1 year doing this channel. It's been hard work. It's been a grind, but we're real close to 5K. So can we close out the month by reaching to that 5K goal? I need your support. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're liking. Make sure you're commenting. Let me know your thoughts of the game in the comment section below. And yeah, man, people, look away from that. Make sure you also scan this QR code. Show some love to the sponsor, Match Bingo. Gamble responsibly, 18 plus and in the UK only. Bin Goals is going to be going on right now. 3 p.m. kickoffs are literally about to kick off, and you can get involved by doing the following. Yeah, you see this? This is how you get involved. Scan that QR code, and then you can buy a bingo card. 2 lines win a prize. 1 line also wins you a prize, but 3 lines gets you a jackpot, full house. So look, if you do want to get involved, you just have to scan the QR code, use promo code DRD to get a 200% depository bonus. But away from that, people, look, your boy Do-Rag Diaries will be back real soon, because Spurs are going to be kicking off. But until then,